ever
We've
interstellar
got some fresh
object
images of
observed from
3I
Earth,
Atlas,
currently racing through our solar system now. Astronomers have captured that moment live, streaming in real time around the globe of them watching all of this. Take a look at this.
Oh,
Hey, everybody.
oh, nice.
Yes, look at that bad boy.
This is a raw image, so this is not even like, I mean, this is just directly from the telescope right now.
Just days ago, astronomers around the globe captured something extraordinary. Live streams from telescopes worldwide showed 3I Atlas in real time, and the excitement in the scientific community was palpable. You could hear the raw emotion as researchers watched this visitor from another star system unfold before their eyes. "This is a building block from somebody else's home," one astronomer exclaimed during a live observation session. "You're looking at a piece of what would have become a planet in another star system. But here's where it gets truly bizarre, and why NASA's new data is causing such a stir in the scientific community. The size estimates for 3I Atlas have been all over the place. And that's not because scientists don't know how to measure things. It's because this object appears to be changing. Early observations suggested it could be anywhere from 20 to 40 kilometers in diameter. That's bigger than Manhattan Island, twice over. But recent data from the Hubble Space Telescope puts the upper limit at just 5.6 kilometers, while it could be as small as 320 meters across. Wait, what? How does an object shrink in our measurements and expand at the same time? Here's the shocking truth that NASA's data reveals. 3I Atlas isn't just getting bigger in our telescopes because we're getting better looks at it. The object itself appears to be developing an increasingly active coma. That's the cloud of gas and dust surrounding it. Harvard's Avi Loeb, who's been tracking this object obsessively, published findings showing that 3I Atlas's brightness at infrared wavelengths suggests a nucleus diameter of up to 46 kilometers when accounting for typical albedo. But here's the kicker. If 99% of that brightness comes from icy fragments expanding around the object, then the actual nucleus is much smaller. This means we're witnessing something unprecedented, an interstellar object that's essentially exploding outward as it approaches our sun, creating an expanding shell of material that's making it appear dramatically larger than it actually is. But the expansion mystery gets even weirder when we look at 3I Atlas's tail behavior. For weeks, scientists were baffled because the tail seemed to be pointing toward the sun instead of away from it. This violates everything we know about how solar radiation pressure works. Recent observations from multiple telescopes have revealed the truth. What we're seeing is unprecedented in astronomy. There's been a glow ahead of the object toward the sun, and now, as it gets closer, there's a teardrop-shaped plume of gas and dust forming around it. The Webb Space Telescope has identified that this expanding plume is 95% carbon dioxide by mass, with only 5% water vapor. That's completely different from typical comets, which are mostly water ice. This suggests 3I Atlas formed in a completely different stellar environment than our own solar system. But wait, there's more. Recent spectroscopic data detected something that has scientists scratching their heads: nickel without iron in the expanding cloud around the object. As Loeb points out, the only way you typically get that composition is from industrial production of nickel alloys. This is why NASA and international space agencies are treating 3I Atlas like an emergency. We have an extremely limited window to study this expanding interstellar visitor before it disappears forever. The clock is ticking. Our Earth-based telescopes are losing their view as the sun's glare takes over. But here's where it gets exciting. Mars is about to get a front row seat. On October 3rd, 2025, just weeks away, 3I Atlas will swing by Mars at a distance of just 28 million kilometers. NASA's Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, along with European space agencies Mars Express and ExoMars Trace Gas Orbiter, are all preparing for what scientists are calling a blind date with deep space. The high-rise camera on the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter should be able to resolve the object with a pixel size of about 30 kilometers. This will be our best chance, possibly our only chance, to determine what this expanding object actually is. Here's where things get controversial and why the expansion data is so critical. Avi Loeb has created what he calls the Loeb scale, where 0 represents a natural object and 10 represents a technological artifact. Right now, he ranks 3I Atlas at a 4. Why? Because the object's trajectory is suspiciously well aligned with the planets in our solar system. It's heading for a close encounter with Mars, and later, in March 2026, it will come very close to Jupiter. For a random interstellar object, these alignments are statistically unlikely. Combined with the expanding behavior, the unusual composition, the backwards pointing tail, and the massive size estimates, some scientists are quietly wondering, could we be looking at our first confirmed artificial object from another civilization? The expansion could be explained by an artificial structure unfurling solar sails or expanding habitat modules. The nickel without iron could indicate advanced metallurgy. The perfect planetary alignment could suggest intentional targeting, but most scientists urge caution. The expanding coma is more likely explained by the object being a dense cloud of dust particles that only recently began outgassing as it approached the sun's warmth. What makes this situation truly urgent is that after October, when 3I Atlas reaches its closest approach to the sun, our window for detailed observation will slam shut. The object will then be on the far side of our star, completely hidden from Earth's view. It won't emerge again until November, and by then it will be racing away from us at tremendous speed, getting fainter by the day. The expanding coma that we're seeing now might dissipate, taking with it crucial evidence about this object's true nature. This is why multiple space agencies are coordinating what amounts to an emergency scientific response. Every telescope that can be pointed at 3I Atlas is being utilized. The Hubble Space Telescope, the James Webb Space Telescope, ground-based observatories worldwide, and soon, our Mars-orbiting fleet. Scientists know this is likely a once-in-a-generation opportunity. Interstellar visitors are incredibly rare. We've only confirmed 2 before 3I Atlas, and both of those were much smaller and less active. The expanding nature of 3I Atlas is teaching us that interstellar objects can be far more dynamic and complex than we previously imagined. Whether it's a natural comet undergoing unprecedented outgassing or something more exotic, it's forcing us to rewrite our understanding of what's possible in deep space. The fact that we're watching it expand in real time means we're witnessing active processes that could tell us about stellar formation in distant star systems, the composition of interstellar space, or even the possibility that advanced civilizations use expanding structures for interstellar travel. In just weeks, 3I Atlas will make its closest approach to Mars, and this expanding mystery will either be solved or become even more perplexing. The images we get from our Mars orbiters could answer fundamental questions about whether we're alone in the universe. If the high-resolution images show a natural expanding cometary nucleus, we'll have witnessed one of the most spectacular displays of interstellar chemistry ever recorded. If they show something else, geometric structures, regular patterns, artificial materials, we'll be looking at evidence that could change human civilization forever. I-Atlas represents more than just a scientific curiosity. It's a reminder that our solar system is not isolated. Objects from other star systems can and do visit us, carrying with them the chemical signatures and possibly even the artifacts of distant worlds. The fact that it's expanding as we watch adds a layer of urgency and mystery that has the entire astronomical community on edge. Whether it's outgassing, unfurling, or simply revealing its true structure as it approaches the sun, 3I Atlas is teaching us that the universe is far stranger and more dynamic than we ever imagined. As we prepare for the critical Mars observations, in the coming weeks, one thing is certain. This expanding visitor from the stars will either confirm our understanding of natural interstellar objects or force us to confront the possibility that we're not alone. The next few weeks could literally change everything. Will 3I Atlas reveal itself as the most spectacular natural phenomenon we've ever witnessed, or something far more extraordinary? Stay tuned to this channel for live updates as the Mars flyby approaches. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell, because when the data comes back from Mars, you're going to want to be among the first to know what this expanding mystery from the stars really is. The universe just got a lot more interesting, and 3i Atlas is leading the way into a new era of interstellar discovery. Subscribe now and join us as we uncover the secrets of our expanding cosmic visitor.